이재명 대통령이 한국과 싱가포르의 수교 50주년을 맞아 향후 100년 우정을 향한 새로운 여정 역시 함께해 나갈 수 있길 기대한다고 썼습니다.
The roots of bilateral relations began to take shape even before the establishment of formal diplomatic ties. As Koreans engaged in industries such as timber and shipping began to settle in Singapore, building on these people-to-people exchanges, the establishment of the trade and economic mission of the Republic of Korea in 1970 marked the first official step toward formal relations between the two countries.
이후 교류가 확대되며 1972년에 총영사관으로 승격되었고 1975년 8월 8일 양국이 공식적으로 수교를 맺으면서 지금의 주 싱가포르 대한민국 대사관이 그 역사를 잇고 있습니다.
The establishment of diplomatic relations between the Republic of Korea and Singapore was a strategic choice for both countries, made in pursuit of their respective national development.
1970년대 대한민국은 산업화와 수출 중심의 경제 정책을 통해서 새로운 성장 기반을 다져나가고 있던 그런 시기였습니다. 또 대탕트가 진행이 되고 있었던 국제사회에서 외교적 입지를 넓히고요. 많은 나라들과 경제 협력의 폭을 확장하기 위한 상황에서 그야말로 가치와 비전을 공유할 수 있는 그런 파트너를 찾고 있었던 시기를 할 수 있습니다.
Since Singapore's independence, we've embraced openness, education, and innovation as key drivers of growth and progress. To survive as a small nation, we had to be realistic and pragmatic, including in our diplomacy.
In 1979, Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew made his first official visit to the Republic of Korea, and in the 1980s, bilateral relations began to expand the scope of cooperation. In particular, with the signing of the Visa Exemption Agreement in 1982, people-to-people exchanges between the two countries began to gain momentum.
변화는 1980년대 중반부터 찾아왔습니다. 한국의 고도 성장과 함께 기술력 있는 인재들이 싱가포르에 진출했고 마침 대규모 건설 붐이 일어나면서 한국 건설사와 기술자들이 대거 이곳에 정착을 했습니다. 이 시기를 기점으로 식당, 상점, 학교 등 교민 생활 기반이 빠르게 확장되었습니다.
In this way, the commitment of the leaders of the two countries to mutual cooperation continued to grow. In 1985, Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore expressed his intention to further expand cooperation, referring to Korea's economic development model. Following the launch of Korea's civilian government, reciprocal visits between the leaders of the two countries gained momentum, and efforts to explore new areas of cooperation were steadily pursued. Meetings between the leaders of the two countries went beyond conventional diplomacy, serving as an intensive forum for mutual learning, where development models essential to national survival and growth were benchmarked.
The key thing about diplomacy is one, mutual respect and trust, and how we can harness that respect and trust to make sure that the relationship can be even deeper. Then we can create relationship at all the different levels. At the diplomatic level, when leaders are able to work together, then the economic agencies can create opportunities for business people to come together. And that has always been the cornerstone of the Singapore-Korea relationship.
Through the 1980s, Korea and Singapore achieved unprecedented economic development that drew global attention. This achievement, in turn, laid the foundation in the 1990s for bilateral cooperation to expand beyond the economic sphere into a broader range of areas. In 1997, Korea and Singapore concluded a science and technology cooperation agreement, beginning to lay the foundations for a new era of partnership. Building on this agreement, discussions gradually expanded to include technology, information and communications, and e-government as the two countries began to develop a shared framework to prepare together for the emerging digital era. Built upon the trust and foundations of strategic cooperation accumulated over time, relations between the two countries ultimately reached a pivotal moment for a decisive leap forward. With the entry into force of the Korea-Singapore Free Trade Agreement in 2006, the two countries entered a new era of full-fledged economic partnership. The Korea-Singapore FTA, following Korea's FTA with Chile, was the second free trade agreement Korea concluded in the world. Through it, a wide range of products and services began to enter each other's daily lives. It was a new form of connection that went beyond economic cooperation and brought the lives of the two countries closer together. In 2008, amid the global financial crisis, Singapore played a central role in supporting stability and recovery in the regional economy as Asia's financial and logistics hub. In this environment, trade and investment cooperation based on the Korea-Singapore FTA served as an important foundation for Korea to overcome the crisis and return to a path of growth. Entering the 2010s, Korea and Singapore naturally came to view one another as key partners in addressing the challenges of a changing future. At the 2018 Korea-Singapore Summit, the two countries agreed to combine their respective technological strengths and capabilities, strengthen cooperation in advanced industries, and jointly prepare for the coming era of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. In the same year, Singapore served as the host of the U.S.-North Korea Summit, playing a pivotal role on the international stage in support of peace on the Korean Peninsula. The summit, held in Singapore, became a symbolic moment, reflecting Singapore's strategic trust and support for Korea's efforts toward peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula and in Northeast Asia. In 2020, the COVID pandemic that swept across the world presented an unprecedented challenge to all of humanity. Amid this crisis, Korea and Singapore responded together by sharing public health policies and experiences, demonstrating steadfast solidarity and friendship as fast-track and travel bubble partners founded on mutual trust. Today, Korea is expanding its global influence as a soft power nation grounded in its cultural influence and democratic values.
I think Korea's key success is its diplomatic focus on democratic values, civic ideals. At the same time, I can say also that its soft power through cultural diplomacy is one of its key strengths.
As a multicultural city-state, Singapore has demonstrated strong interest across the broader Korean wave, from K-pop and K-drama to K-movies, grounded in its openness and high receptiveness to foreign cultures. Today, the two countries are also expanding their cooperation in the field of cultural content.
양국 관계가 어떤 일회적인 것이 아니고요. 보다 지속 가능한 그런 관계로 발전하기 위해서는 양국 국민들 간의 신뢰와 우정이 매우 중요하다는 측면에서 최근에는 정부뿐만 아니라 각국 국민을 외교의 대상으로 하는 공공외교가 더욱 부각되고 있는 시기입니다.
As the world underwent rapid change amid growing uncertainty, technology and digital capabilities emerged as key determinants of national competitiveness. Against this shared understanding, the two countries concluded the Korea-Singapore Digital Partnership Agreement in 2022.
양국은 이미 디지털 동반자 협정을 체결했고 앞으로 인공지능, 사이버 보안, 데이터 활용, 디지털 무역 같은 분야에서 협력의 깊이를 더욱 더할 수 있을 것입니다.
In 2025, marking the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations, the two countries formally established a strategic partnership grounded in the strong trust built over half a century.
우리 양국은 공통점이 참 많습니다. 국토가 협소하고 자원이 부족하고 지정학적 환경이 어렵긴 하지만 인적 자본과 개방된 자유무역 질서를 토대로 참으로 놀라운 성장을 이뤄냈습니다.
So I welcome the upgrade of our partnership to a strategic partnership because it will build on these strong foundations to enable us to do much more together.
Building on their strategic partnership, the two countries agreed to deepen cooperation across advanced technology, security, and innovation, while further developing a broad partnership that extends to cultural and people-to-people exchanges.
This year we celebrate an important milestone, 50 years of diplomatic relations between Republic of Korea and Singapore. Looking ahead, I'm very confident that the ties between Republic of Korea and Singapore will continue to flourish, not just flourish, but strengthen from year to year.
Indeed, the last 50 years of Singapore-ROK relations have been 5 decades of shared and mutually beneficial progress. There is much to look forward to as we work towards further collaboration in a myriad of new and emerging fields in the next 50 years and beyond.
From the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1975 to today's strategic partnership, Korea and Singapore have stood by each other at the moments when they were needed most. Now, our two countries begin a new journey together toward the next 100 years of friendship.